Boom. What's up, y'all? Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to another edition of the Brothers of Legacy. Welcome to the BOL broadcast. All of my podcast peeps appreciate you. Thank you for rocking and hanging, rocking and rocking. So it's your opportunity to share. Sharing is caring. What I didn't do, hold on, un momento, por favor. Actually, you know what? I'll do it this way. So who's that in the building? Blessings, Lisa. Blessings. Thank you for rocking with us and shared. Appreciate you for always being here with us. Let's see. Spliggity splow, spliggity splow. So today we're gonna have a great conversation, as always. Let's see. We're gonna be talking about spliggity splow. What does this cost you mentally? What does this cost you mentally? We're gonna have a great, awesome conversation. Because this is May and it's Mental Health Month, as well as Lupus Awareness Month. We're gonna be discussing a lot of mental, being aware mentally, and mental health, because it's very important. It is more important than we've given the opportunity to really focus on. So this is going to be something we're going to discuss in different layers. What's up, Dwayne? Great morning to you. And we're going to really kind of dig into it. Yeah, because there's so much to it. There's kind of so many layers to it. And we kind of touched on a little bit last month, some of our experts. And I'm gonna dig into like mental health and race and things of that nature and more of that, because I've been it's crazy, and this is like way off topic, and I'm going off topic already. The denial of racism is ridiculous, and it's just crazy. And I was just watching, shout out to John Oliver. If you've never watched Last Thing Tonight or something of that nature, he was talking about black hair and all the discriminatory things that have come from that. It's crazy. But this all, like, a lot of that affects us, especially blacks, mentally. Like when you're feeling, conscious about everything, the way you talk, the way you walk, the way your hair looks, and it's like a weight or a chip on your shoulder, and it's funny when I'm working in retail, sometimes my folks come in and I can see it, like if I'm working with some other like white people and it's me and they got the I wish he would kind of face, they're having that kind of day, and yes, we are responsible for our actions, but sometimes you just like, you don't want to have to be aware of it. You want to just go places. If someone's treating you a certain way, they're just a doodle bird, not because of what you look like. I can't, if you talk it, I can't hear you. You on the mute, sir. Click, 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 click. Nope, nothing. Nope. Nothing. Nope. so yeah. Yeah, it's yeah, and we're gonna dig into that. I don't want to go all the way off on that because that's a whole nother topic in itself. But yesterday we had a great conversation about how we grew up, checking in with each other, being able to reveal.
We good now?
There we go.
Wow, I had it on the wrong mic altogether. But I was, as you were saying that, you want to know what it reminds, what you're saying, what it reminds me of?
What's that?
A woman who's been cheated on.
Okay.
I'm not saying, like, I don't know your your personal struggles, but like from what I've seen and what I've done,
Okay.
you know you're wrong, right? But you don't come out and say, yeah, you know what? I did cheat on you because I was weak in this area and I didn't have no discipline. You never say that. You was like, nah, me and that girl just friends. Or I won't even over there. I was out with my book. That's what America does when it comes to racism. They treat us like a woman that they've cheated on.
And they really like that.
They abuse her, and then they string her along, thinking that better's gonna come, and it never does.
Right. Wow. That's interesting. That's interesting. Let's see. Come back here.
Mama McCory, how you
doing?
Hey,
Mama McCory. Great morning to you.
Yeah, what's up?
So, Deborah. All right. So, so like I said, today we're going to talk about what does this cost you mentally, and we're going to have a couple of questions I'm going to shoot out there. We're going to have a great conversation, be me, Dwayne, and possibly Pastor McCory. But this is going to be good. We're going to dig into the mind of a man. And make sure you share. Sharing is caring. Tag another man, tag another woman, tag another people, family, group, company. Let them all know that the Brothers of Legacy are in the building, and we're about conversations that move, conversations that change, and we're not about mess. We're about removing the stress. Got to rhyme.
Well, you sound like a 90s preacher just did.
Right. Right. Well, all of them got to rhyme.
They gotta have one. They gotta have 2 bars at a service.
Right. Oh man, I'm too blessed to be stressed. All right, so we'll be right back. I didn't want to catch that. Morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to another episode. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. What's up, everybody? This episode is brought to you by StreamYard. Whether you're trying to up your production or just go live, StreamYard is the place to be. Go to bit.ly/StreamYard BOL. This episode is also brought to you by Flocknote. Start your free text community now at bit.ly free text now. That's bit.ly free text now. All right, back on the scene, crispy and clean. All right, just had to send out my text. My people, if you're just getting your text,
but you went a different way.
Oh, let's see. All right, let's come on back. All right, let's dig into this. All right, boom. Hey, good morning, beautiful. All right,
Sam.
What are we chatting about? We are discussing what does it cost you mentally. All right. So
Mental Health Month.
Yes, because it's Mental Health Month. May is Mental Health Month. If you don't know, put that down there. May is Mental Health Month. So to this, probably not every topic, because I can't stick to one thing too long. Get a little out of focus. I got to talk about other stuff. And there's going to be more of this happening. Let's see. So today, the first thing I want to ask, so do you ever find yourself over committing yourself? Are we over committing ourselves?
Yes.
Trying to do too much when we only got 24 hours a day and we already had other responsibilities that we have to take care of. So
yes.
So why is it difficult to say no?
I can't speak for other people.
Okay.
For me, I want to see everybody win. That's number one. Number two, I enjoy the satisfaction of seeing other people and being part of winners. And when I don't win and when I'm not succeeding,
right,
I take it personal, and it's like, okay, what am I not doing? Got to go harder in this area, that area. And what I find is I start taking away resources from other areas to bring something else up to par, and don't necessarily win, So yeah, I think we do overcommit ourselves. I think we got to prioritize and then recommit after we prioritize.
Right. But so do you feel like
Sam answered for you. She said,
"Oh yeah, I know." Overcommit.
I see you, Sam. I see you.
Right.
Cookies on the table, AB.
Overcommit me along with you. I mean, and yes, unfortunately, when it comes to family, hey, good morning, Mr. Vaughn. When it comes to, what I commit myself to, we commit ourselves to. I mean, and that goes both ways. When she commits, we commit. Because it's the energy and time taken out of the household. Because think that whatever it is has to get done, and regardless of what it is, everyone gets affected. Because even with work, I got to leave, I got to be gone. I can't do this, I can't be here for that. So you got to take up the slack. But yeah, I don't know. Do you feel like you struggle to say no? Because sometimes you feel bad. It's like especially if you start thinking in your head, nobody else is gonna do it. No one else is gonna be a part of it.
My struggle to say no comes from a completely different place.
Okay.
If I mess with you, if you good people in my eyes, if like I rock with you, it's hard to say no.
Right. If
I don't rock with you, no is the easiest word in the world.
Right.
It doesn't matter. Let me see. Let me. If this is gonna sound hypocritical because some people might not believe me. If Kenneth Copeland wanted me to do something with him right now,
okay,
although it would bring more exposure to me than any other thing in the world,
right?
Because I don't rock with the person he became in the last couple years that I've seen. The answer would be no. It'd be an easy no.
I got you.
But if Pastor Brian needed something,
right,
or wanted something, even if I barely had the time, the answer probably would be yes. Just because that's how I am with the people in my circle. If I can do anything to help make whatever your situation is better, then I'm with it.
Right.
As long as I can afford the time.
Right.
And sometimes when I can't afford the time.
Right. I hear you, Rican. Exposure means nothing. Stay true to yourself. But yeah, Sam made a good comment. I don't think no is hard. I feel like we just want to be there for those we care for. We don't want to disappoint. I think the disappointment is the main thing. But sometimes you just gotta face reality. Like, as much as you want to, it's like I can't, I can't do everything. Like I can't commit to this. Like I want to. Is there some way I can help without committing this much? Because sometimes people come to you and they say, "Hey, I got this," and you realize if I commit to this, I'm gonna be doing a lot of work. Right. Like I'm committing myself to leading this thing. I'm like, I'm with it. I support you, but how can I support you a little less? How can I just add a little bit to it? Like, because I can't run it. I can't just do it all.
But you end up being the kind of person that you like to run whatever you're working on.
Right.
So then you overexert. It's like, man, I really couldn't do this, but I didn't want. Yeah. No, I feel you.
Listen, I'm realizing this, Sam. She said, I'm going to replay these words for you. I know, like, listen, this has been, I'm going to say like the last 3 years about, committing and just making sure, what can you be a part of? Like there was, some opportunity that came up some time ago and I was just like, I can't. Like it was good. I was like, I'm not gonna be able to do that. I can't do it. I can't. You just got to keep saying like, I can't do this. I can't. That's too much.
You got to.
It's too much.
Peace too.
Right.
Like Sam. Well, let me say this first. If you didn't watch Purposeful Forever last night, you missed a treat. That's number one. Number two, Sam, when you said you was gonna come back this morning, and I thought you was gonna be all over the cookies comment, but in a different way.
All right.
Different meaning. The cookies are on the table right now, AB, because wifey knows who husband is. And she said, yeah, you've overcommitted and you've overcommitted me with you. and not only that, she said, I'm gonna replay these words for you. Right. Sam, you don't disappoint, do you?
That's what hold on. I'm waiting for the right time. Hey, Pastor, great morning to you, sir.
What up?
Morning.
So we are digging into of course mental health more. And what does this cost you mentally is the topic. And our first question is, do you find yourself overcommitting yourself? Do you find and just like someone calls, wants you to lead something, wants you to do something, and do you find that right, yeah. Oh yeah. Yep. And then you ain't got to even answer. Sometimes is it a struggle to say no? Is it a struggle to say no, and why? If there's a struggle. Yeah. Oh yeah. Ain't got to name names.
And I'm gonna have a follow up once you get to what you're gonna say. I got a follow up already.
And I'm picking with Pastor.
I think the answer is all of the above.
Okay.
At times, okay. I think we're guilty.
You sound like Max Kellerman right now.
No, I think that sometimes we do overcommit. But you have to realize that it comes with the culture, right? We just can't seem to find enough people doing something. And so you carry this burden of accountability. When someone asks you, you feel an obligation because they look up to you.
Right.
Obligation ain't no joke, boy. That right there. You said the magic word, obligation.
Right.
Samantha needs to sign off and go back to
work. She said he overcommit. He's overcommit. Right.
So here's a follow-up question, right?
Okay.
In the same vein, but a different analogy. We see people in the music industry, right? And we all got our favorite artists. Now you take whoever your favorite artist is. Mm-hmm. Now, regardless of what level they're at, people they have a demand, right?
Right.
Do you notice how some people put everybody on their album and got a bunch of features? Some people barely get features on their album, and some people never featured on other people's albums.
All right. Okay.
And I say that because it kind of fits in, but I see one of the things that they use to help with that scenario. Like recently, I was listening to an interview. Lil Baby, I think Pastor was talking about him once because of a church that he attends in fellowship with you guys or whatever. But anyway, you know how much Lil Baby says that he charged for a show and for a feature?
No.
He says his shows are $400,000. And then he said, I got 40 of them. And then he said, I charged $250,000 for a feature.
Wow.
You know what that does? People who really ain't serious about what he doing,
right?
They ain't even in the conversation. So my question is, should we be that way?
Wow.
When somebody needs something, and I know the answer, but I just had to get this out of Pastor. Like, if you need me to come do A, B, or C or the collab,
what's the cost?
Is it right for me to charge? And if I don't know how to say no, should I have a high price to protect my peace?
That's interesting. Is it? I mean, I guess. Is it always? Can it be money or favor or leverage?
And I agree, Rican.
Because I think I mean, not always like a money thing. It could be a time thing or something that you may have. I'll do that if I get a ride in the Bentley. Like I don't know. I buy that Bentley for the weekend. Something to that effect. I dig what you're saying, especially in business. because people want your time, and then, even with business, you're a coach or whatever you do, you start off at one price, but then as you get busier, it's like, I need to raise my price because I can't be 52 places at once. So I got to raise it
go up
for the seriousness of the people. Unfortunately, like I was charging 1,000 a month. Now I need to charge 5,000, because I got more people. Then I get to 10, because I can't, I need to cut down my clients, increase my profit. There was the supply and demand.
What AD is telling y'all right now, and I need y'all to listen to the in between the lines. What AD is telling y'all right now is get him while he's cheap, because in a little bit you might not be able to afford him.
Well, that too, but yeah. So I think that's the goal. So I know you threw that past us, so let him jump in there.
I don't know how I'm supposed to answer that. I don't charge people.
Right.
I just don't do that.
Right.
I never have.
Well, knowing that about you, let me ask you this question. Do you think that some people ever take advantage of you because
yes,
they
of course.
And
I'm thinking about it.
You knowing that you just like, yes, of course. So is it your opinion that it's not your job to it's not your business to engage in how they treat you, but what you do is that like what you're saying? Because you already know that
I don't look at it as how someone is treating me. People are people. You put a price tag. I mean, you got to think of, there's a total difference between ministering the gospel or giving someone an encouraging word versus a hired enrichment speaker, motivational speaker.
Right.
I enrich, I motivate, but that's not my title.
Right.
I don't know how to charge for preaching the gospel.
Right.
I get in trouble for that.
Right.
People who love me say you're supposed to, my mother gets mad at me for that. Right. But I have a career in technology.
Right.
I tithe.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So if I charge the church, I'm essentially taking my tithe back.
Right. Interesting.
How do you do that?
Right. No, I like it because one, you just show me that we're more alike than we're not, and number two, priorities.
Right.
What did God say versus what you want from it? Because I look at things all the time and I watch what some people make for doing the same thing that you do for free, and it changes your mind. It's like, okay, is there a legacy to be left here? Is this person going to be changed because it's not about the money for me? And Sam, just FYI, I'm talking relative. I'm not talking about cheap. But when he brings you home a $20,000 check one day and said, "Oh, this was for that project I did for what's it name," it's going to be different, relatively speaking.
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
Right.
Kings don't come cheap.
Right. Yes, indeed. Rican asks, but why charge for helping someone else when you have been through this struggle and can help them not go through the same struggle? I feel you.
Listen, people get. I'm sorry. Go ahead, AD.
Go ahead.
Yeah. See, that's where I'm going. You're gonna make me go off this morning.
Go ahead. Tell me how you feel.
No,
Tell me how you mad, son.
I see this constantly. I see people on here. And I don't want to come against anybody's desire to grow financially. I just don't. I don't know what God called other people to do.
Right.
I don't know what other people's business strategies are for making money. I just know how things look.
Right.
And I only time I ever struggle when I look at Rican V2, that comment. If I can help someone, no matter the person, can help them overcoming something I've been through, why not? Absolutely.
Right.
And there are people who charge for that.
Right.
That's a fact. I'm going to charge you for me to help you unravel the confusion in your life.
Right.
Psychiatrists, psychologists, life coaches. That's what people they charge for that stuff.
Right.
Physical doctors.
Right. Right. Right.
Yeah. But I'm saying,
Yeah.
when
I
you
mean,
talk about a medical doctor,
yeah.
you're talking about someone who went to school for specifically that. I can help unravel what's going on internally with you, and I have never had that condition.
Right.
But what Rican V2 is referring to is, I've had some struggles financially. I was able to get myself out of financial ruin. I'll charge you, $150 to show you what I learned for myself.
Right.
I think that's kind of what this person. I don't know if that's a man or a woman. I apologize. Rican V2.
No, you're probably right.
That's what this person is referring to, and so I'm saying, I can't debate that.
Right.
Right.
I can't argue that. Where I start to feeling a little uneasy is when I hear people who are under the clergy umbrella.
Right. I got you charging.
Right. And you're charging someone, here's what it's going to cost for me to come and share.
Right.
Your organization.
And you want me to tell you that dilemma? Like, that's personally my dilemma sometimes. Like the life coach.
If I invite you, if I feel led to invite you to come and speak at the ministry that I oversee.
Right.
There's an expectation that I'm going to pay for your travel.
Right.
I'm going to pay for your hotel fees, and I'm going to give you something when you show up.
Right.
That's just a blessing because I want to seed into your ministry.
Right.
But if you say, well, here's the package, here's what it costs me.
Right.
That's where I get into those gray areas. Right.
Okay.
And again, I don't speak negatively. I'm just saying that, some of that stuff, some folks are, charging a $5,000 stipend and they give you $150 experience.
Right.
Right. Indeed. Yes, indeed.
Right.
Yes. That's horrible.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if it's horrible.
No, I'm just saying, if you get $150 experience and you pay $5,000, no, that's horrible.
But see, that's not the argument, right? Because the debate becomes the $150 experience, to your point, is relative. That's what I feel about it.
Right. But someone else might have got a $10,000 experience.
Like your self-worth, AD can say, man, this is $1,000 a pop.
Right.
And somebody said, man, that wasn't worth 50 cents. Well, that's your opinion.
Right. But I got a list of other people that say different.
Right. The time value of money. I learned a long time ago, and this is why I'm, these arguments, these conversations are very shaky for me, because I'll never forget back when I was in the military, I learned time value of money when it came to washing a car. Right. I used to appreciate, the exercise of washing my car and looking at it like, ooh, wow, I shine that nice little red car real nice and pretty. And somebody looked at me one day and said, man, you must think very low of yourself. What are you talking about? How long did it take you to wash that car and shine it up? Oh, probably 3 hours. Right. 3 hours. You spent 3 hours cleaning a car when you could have went and paid somebody $20 to do in 20 minutes, which it took you 3 hours to do.
Right.
Think about it.
Right.
What value do you put on your time?
Right.
And I can't argue with the value that somebody puts on their time.
Right.
I can tell you how I feel, but I can't. It's relative. Right. I could just as easily say, I believe that what the Lord has put in me to share with you is going to change your life, and it's worth $5,000. Well, my Bible says, "Buy the truth and sell it not." Right. So, but it also says, give a gift in the name of a prophet and receive a prophet's reward.
Right. So it's up to the other person.
I'm gonna tell you exactly where the loose screw in that whole conversation is. Know them that labor among you.
Yeah.
Because now expectations.
But guess what? I don't labor next to who's the guy? Jamal Bryant.
Right. True.
But
Right.
I know that if he shows up, a lot of people are going to come.
Right.
True.
And that's gonna bring forth a great offering.
Right.
But
He's a draw. But I don't label it.
Everything you said is true except this part. What if he ain't supposed to be releasing nothing at your spot anyway?
Yeah, but who's to determine that?
Right.
I'm just saying.
You can't tell me what God told me.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
But you know.
Right. Right.
Yeah, I know. Right.
And
Right.
some people, they see the opportunity for what you said. Oh, he's gonna bring a good crowd and an offering, so it doesn't matter.
Right.
I'm talking to that person intentions and their integrity, not necessarily the person in general who doesn't know.
Right. No, I'm with you. I'm with you. And Rick and V2, absolutely. I agree with you. I know where you were going with the statement. I was just giving an example, but I wanted to highlight what you said. I appreciate that.
But no, that's one of my biggest struggles.
Right.
Because the Christian in me is like, be who God created you to be.
Right.
And then
I had someone come in and speak at an event, and honestly, I emotionally, not spiritually, emotionally, I felt like, you didn't put enough time, you didn't prepare enough for this.
right.
But I blessed the person.
Right.
And this person came back to me a week later and said that they were disappointed in the money that they walked away with.
Wow.
Well,
And I really felt like I really blessed them.
Right.
Because I'm like, I'm gonna make the sacrifice because you showed up,
Yeah.
And then a week later I got a call saying, I just want to let you know that I was really disappointed in.
Wow.
That's crazy though, Pat, because I like to think I know you a little bit,
Right.
And when you say I really blessed him, in my mind, I got an idea of what I really blessed him. I got an idea, just because of you as a person.
All right.
Well, it's not even that. It's just I felt like I went above and beyond. I'm not saying that I blessed them with a lot of money. I'm saying I blessed them with more than what I felt. I'm like, for what you came here and did.
I got
right.
You. Right. Now, I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that.
But I'm saying, like, I've done something small for you. Something that for me, it was you, so it wasn't a big deal.
Right.
And I'm not expecting anything.
Right.
And you shot me a little love, and I'm like, hey, you know,
right. You
was
got
like,
it right.
It's okay, it's good. And I'm like, nah, here, let me sit. And you was like, nah. So knowing your personality and who you are and how you operate.
Right. I never want something to be. Yeah, I never want to have a dispute about money with people.
Right.
That's the last thing I like. You can have it.
Yeah.
Please take it. Yeah. But again, my life experience to Rick and V2, my life, I was homeless at one point in my life.
Right.
I know what it's like to be broke. So I never want to argue about money.
Right.
That's never going to be the issue. If you fall out with me about money, something is wrong with you.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Because that's not going to be my issue.
Should have told them you have a grievance committee.
let me get Sam as the CEO.
I could not expose to my committee what I had given.
Right. Oh, we even asked for a refund. Oh, then you can go and send that back. Then we'll send you another check. Just wait for it. He said, I've been there as well. I feel the same. All right. So we're going to take a quick break. But before we take a break, make sure you check out tonight. We got Solomon's Temple Christian Ministry with this gentleman right there. Right. Tonight, Pastor Brian McCory. When we dropping some gems, as well as at 7 o'clock. And then at 8:30 will be Samantha Walker and Sisters of Legacy. Doing some big things. They got 2 therapists coming through to talk about mental health. And listen, my people in Twitch, I am unfamiliar. I don't know what I'm doing there. So if there's a way that you can share to your people that may be following you, or however the Twitch universe works to get it out, please do so. I'm still trying to get to my 50 goal. So do that for me, and I would definitely appreciate it. I appreciate you for hanging and rocking with us. So give us one moment. We'll be right back. Okay. So my next question kind of was a segue. Let's see. Who said, "Oh man, now I feel bad. I'm gonna have to run." Yes, indeed. So,
Remember, Sam, it works both ways. It works both ways. He do for you, you do for him. Rub his back, he rub your back. Yeah.
She said, "Oh no, that's not my luck." Really? Yeah, I gotta update your ad on there. Thank you, appreciate that, Rican. Let's see. What was I about to say? So yeah, the next thing I want to talk about. Are we willing to ask for help? Now, yesterday we talked about checking in and being there for each other. But when it comes to needing people to help you as far as things or projects, you know, are we willing to ask for help, or do we try to take it all on ourselves?
This is not a simple question, bro.
That's simple.
See, because like 95% of everything that could run through my mind,
right,
the answer is an easy yes.
Who does the ask for help? Who does that?
Yeah, it's an easy yes for about 95% of everything that goes through my mind.
Okay.
But then there's about 5% where God's gonna have to speak to somebody or speak to me and tell me that, hey, that man be praying for you all the time. You know, he looking at you and he got something to say to you. Why don't you just go ahead and tell him? Right. So no, there's a small piece that I guard, and why I don't know. Because I know what I need. I know the help that I need, and I know that I don't have the ability in my own strength to do it.
Right.
And I got a couple people that I know that might be able to help me in certain situations. But though in those things, with certain things, it's the hardest thing in the world. Most things, easy. Right. And just transparency. Dealing with relationships, like dealing with spouses, dealing with how my job makes me feel while I'm dealing with it. Those areas were the areas that I held on to, and I just didn't let people in.
Said, you have to pry from my cold, dying hands to help me. Don't judge me. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. You gotta, yeah, you know, Sam, you gotta kind of, and I got it. Let me do this. I'm gonna handle this. You do that. He said the ones who help out of selfishness tend not to ask, right? Tend to not ask simply because they feel, how can they help if they need help themselves? Oh, that's me. That's me said, right. Oh,
I thought
why is it
men
such
had
a
it
struggle
bad.
to ask for help though? Why is it a struggle for some to ask for help?
I think most of us struggle with the vulnerability of
Okay.
you're exposing yourself
Right.
to someone
Hmm.
and the
Right.
fear of judgment.
Right.
People will help you and grade you at the same time.
Mm. But I mean, are they really like, do you really, or is it in our minds that we think we're being graded?
No, listen, no, what I'm saying is because that has the potential to happen, you know.
It says, because if I ask and you say no, or you help me wrong, something.
She gonna get mad because somebody trying to help and mess up. Look, you on the side of the road with a busted tire. You can't change it. But I try to help you. I stop and try to help you.
I'm gonna try.
But I
Like,
can't get the fourth lug nut on. You mad with me?
right. That too, Willard. Good morning, my friend.
It is pride,
Sometimes it can be
but I
pride.
think
Pride
it's
sometimes.
because, we grow up with this voice.
Right.
You ain't got no sense. Come over here.
Right.
Right. We
Right.
get that help from the critical voice, the help from the
Ooh.
condemning voice.
Right.
Right. We want the help, but we don't want the condemnation. And it ruins us at an early age because that's what Big Mama or Daddy, that's what we grew up with. Well, you
They
ain't got
help too.
you can't pull pee out of boot direction of the heel saying, turn it up, get over here, let me come here.
Right.
And what happens, we grew up and then, we're hesitant to ask for help because we don't want to be in trouble.
Right.
Because you fixing my problem means first you disciplining me and then fixing the problem. I got to deal with all that noise, all that extra voice, all that extra stuff. You telling me how all the many ways I'd have messed this up, and now you got to come save me.
Right.
But all you had to do was put tape on it. Could you just put the tape on it and fix it and stop telling me?
Right.
I mean, that's
right.
That's the culture of our community.
Right.
And then help me.
He said, "Oh, you help," and then tell everybody you help me. Right. Right. Oh man.
Remember that time, Johnny, you lost your job and I had to beg.
You still got that job? I got you.
Yeah. Wow. I'm just sitting here thinking like, maybe I don't mess with people. I'm saying maybe I don't have no friends because, like, literally, at one point in time, everything y'all saying passed through my mind, but now, I get help because it's the healthy thing to do. Because I've been in a place where I didn't ask for help,
right,
and it ruined me for years, and it took years to rebuild what probably could have been fixed in a few weeks. So now I don't give myself an option. Now, granted, I weigh it out, right, and I talk to God. Where do I go? Who do I go to? How much do I share with them? Or what should I say? And just an example, like I've talked to AD on a few occasions. I've talked to Pastor about some deep things, but I promise I don't look at it the way I used to, because I used to look at it was I wanted help, couldn't find it, fell face flat first, right. And then I got to a place where I have help, and people mix it up and get it wrong. So I got to a point where I don't care about what people think. Right. And then I realized that the people who really care about me, that are helping me, they're going to tell me how to do it better, where I may have messed up, but it's coming from a place of love. I don't know. Maybe it's a maturity in this somewhere too, because I'm at a place now where the people who I choose to help me when I go through situations, I don't have those excess feelings that we were talking about when the question first came up. Those aren't things that I deal with. I don't know if they just don't happen anymore, or in my mind, I've taken the focus off of those things and just dealt with me getting better, if that makes sense.
Okay. This is fun. This is about to be funny. I'm getting ready to give y'all a version of Jesus helping somebody while critiquing at the same time.
Wow.
Y'all remember the woman at the well?
Right.
Look in John chapter 4. Watch this. John chapter 4, verse 7.
Okay.
There cometh a woman of Samaria to draw water. Jesus said unto her, Give me to drink. For his disciples were gone away to the city to buy meat. Then said the woman of Samaria to him, How is it that you, being a Jew, ask of me to drink? And I'm a woman of Samaria. The Jews have no dealings with the Samaritans. Y'all hear all that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Jesus said, if you know the gift of God and who it was is asking you, give me to drink. Like if you knew who I was, you'd be giving me something to drink and be glad about it. Watch this. I'm gonna skip down. He talks about giving her the, living water. And she says, give me this water so that I thirst not, right? Because he said, the water I give, you'll never thirst. Jesus said, go call your husband and then come back. She says, I have no husband.
Right.
Jesus said, that's the truth. You don't have a husband. In fact, you've had 5, and the one you with now
ain't yours.
Your husband.
Right.
He just stripped her down. Right. But he still gave her the word.
Right.
But he gave her the word after telling her about herself.
Right.
You sure telling the truth, because not only do you not have a husband, you done had 5, and the one you shacking up with now ain't even your husband.
Right.
We get mad.
Don't it?
We get mad because we get help, but we don't want what comes with the help.
Right.
Help me the way I want you to help me.
Right. I want you to help me, but I want you to help me this way. Look,
don't push that.
Can you tighten this screw over here? No, don't tighten it with your left hand. Tighten it with your right hand.
Right.
I don't like it when people come over here turning screws with their left hand. I don't like left hands. I like right hand.
Just use
you
the
want
drill.
it tight or not?
Right.
So I'm saying, you can find both arguments.
Right.
You understand? Sometimes people just need the help without the criticism.
Right.
And sometimes people need to hear something so that they don't find themselves in that situation again.
Right. Yes.
Right. Jesus clearly was talking to this woman because she's gone through this 5 times.
Right.
And what you're looking for, you're not going to find in a man. Woo!
Right.
Come on.
Right. That's why sometimes it's necessary for me to tell you how you look before I help you.
Right.
Absolutely.
Because you will mess around and put them same ridiculous clothes on tomorrow and be right back in front of me.
Because ain't nobody tell you.
Right. Because ain't nobody told you.
Wow.
Hey, you might as well just go ahead and disconnect your mic and drop it there, sir. Because that right there, we don't want to hear it, but it's the truth.
Sam said, yeah, but when you've been the person that's always taking care of yourself and everyone else, you truly don't know what it is to ask because you never had that.
Right.
I think it's just, breaking out of that habit, trying not to do everything on your own and then, allowing people to help you, like you said, help you the way they're going to help you because they're here to help.
But sometimes I think you have to ask yourself if this is how I feel.
Right.
When I ask the people around me for help, maybe I need to check the people that I have around me.
That too.
Sometimes you're surrounded by you're in the wrong village. Right. If you're in a situation where you don't feel, and sometimes it's just a person. Some of us are just selfish, and because not asking for help is a selfish mentality. It really is.
Right.
I don't want anybody helping me because I don't want anybody to have the fact that they helped me over my head.
Right.
Some of us don't want to feel like we owe anybody.
Right. You see your daughter, Pastor. You see what your daughter down there commenting. Look what she just commented.
I'm good.
You're gonna have to go help her. Hey,
Leave Sam alone.
get
Leave
the help.
Sam alone.
See, but the thing is, like, Sam doesn't have a choice when it comes to me. she gonna hear me no matter what. She don't have a choice. She going to the grave.
Look, and she called you soft earlier, but I think she's
Right.
more soft when it comes to you.
Yeah, but I think what people, but guess what? That's why relationship is so important.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Right. You have to who said it earlier, know them that labor among you. Right.
Right.
Some people would cringe at the relationship that I have with people in our church because we're close.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But you'll never understand it if you're not inside of it.
Right.
That's okay.
Right.
That's okay. Us over here that's inside, it really doesn't matter to us what you think anyway. Because it's going to impact our community. Our community is what it is. Come on over here and get some of this, right? Because we're healthy.
Right.
You know, Samantha is talking to y'all. She ain't talking to me.
You got it. Hey, Sam, you heard what he said, didn't you? You heard what he said, didn't you? Don't make me get my black eyes on you.
Yeah, it's I think that when I guess you get used to doing it alone, but then I guess, and you, to your point, you know, the people around you, it's like, man, I ain't asked for help. They're gonna be like 4 hours late. You know, if I sit trying to wait for them to come, I'd rather drag this bed and this dresser out myself. Like I'd already had this joker in the truck by the time they show up, you know. So it is those things. You're right as well.
And when you have
what you just said though, AD, what you just said though, you know, but sometimes, you know, one thing that I say to my children is, you know, if it's the 17th,
right,
and you come to me on the 15th and you're mad that I can't respond between the 15th and the 17th, it's not that I didn't want to help you. You didn't give me enough of an opportunity.
That's true too. That's true. That's true.
A lot of times we ask for help. We wait till the last minute.
Right.
You know, if you had talked to me about this a month ago, maybe we could have figured something out.
Right.
You know, and they get mad at you because you weren't there for them.
Oh,
right. So there's so many other factors
right.
that come into play. Right.
That's why you gotta understand.
Yeah. Sometimes
that's why you need to understand.
Help. Say it again.
I was saying that's why you need an understanding. And that comes through growth.
Right.
Some things you're not going to understand it until you go through it, because you need to understand the process of how it works.
Right.
It takes X amount of time for germination, X amount of time for fruit to appear. You got to understand that. And sometimes, like your children, like the example you gave is you need it on the 17th, you come to me on the 15th. This is a 5-day process, and you come to me with 3 days. It ain't gonna work. Right. So you're gonna learn why it don't work, but we're gonna get you right, and I'm gonna tell you how messed up you might be, and then we're gonna correct it, and then the next time around you're gonna get it right.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely. And then sometimes people ask you for the type of help that they've seen you give before. One time it was a yes, today is a no. Why is it a no today for me when it was a yes before for them? You know, is that too? And you know, I have this. I'm guilty of doing too much, overextending myself. I'm absolutely guilty. I get in trouble for it all the time. But I have this mantra. You know, I'll always do what I can, but I won't do what I can't. Right. And I try to tell people that. Right. If you're getting a no from me, it's typically not at this time. Right. Not in this season. Right. That's typically what it is. Yeah. But we live in a world where no has become a curse word. Right? We people aren't comfortable with the word no. No. Right. You understand? They don't hear not today. They don't hear not at this time. Right. They just hear I'm not there for you. Right. And so we have to re-examine how we process things. We have to let's really examine what it is I'm asking. Right. Let's really examine the timeline upon which I need this. Right. Let's really examine who I'm asking and what other commitments they have in their life let's really begin asking, is this doable? Am I asking for something that's absolutely doable right now? We don't take time to think about things like that. We only think I have a need and it needs to be met right now today.
Right.
Yeah. And this is where but again, we live in this microwave world. There was a time, 25 years ago, you called me or 30 years ago, you called me and leave a voicemail. And my response was, thank you for calling. You've reached the desk of Brian McCrory.
Right.
I promise to get back to you within 24 hours.
Right.
Now,
5 minutes go by and you didn't even text back. And you didn't call me back.
You left me on red.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's just the reality. I called you. You could see my call on your phone. You saw my text on your phone. You always have your phone in your hand. Why didn't you respond to me? You respond to everybody. I mean, we go through all of this stuff.
Right.
And that's what we have. That's the evolution of people and our emotions and our need to be responded to. That's why I struggle with likes.
Right. Can I say something to something you just said? We're talking about what does it cost you mentally? And you bring up the subject that my therapist made me love. And it's emotions. See, emotions have a place. They're not good, they're not bad. But they have a place. They're indicators. This is an indicator that something is wrong here. I'm mad, I'm sad, I'm apprehensive. It's an indicator that something in the equation is off, right? That's all they are. But here's the deal. Too many people live in their emotions, not in what they know.
Yeah.
Emotions aren't good or bad in and of themselves.
Right.
They tell you that, hey, something is slightly off, or you're doing this and you're doing too much of it and you need a little bit of this but we don't see it that way. Oh, he did. That's how he feel about me. That's what we got. That's what we got. Okay. And we get in our feelings over something that's inconsequential.
Know the difference. The Bible says it's a time and a season for everything.
Right.
A time and a season. What I've been trying to share with people is understand the difference between an appropriate period and an appointed time.
Right.
Right? Know the difference between an appropriate, it may not be the season for that.
Right.
Also, it may not be the day for that.
Right.
Remember, springtime is marked on the calendar, but that doesn't mean that the rain is going to come on the day that it shows up on the calendar.
That's good.
Right.
Springtime is a season.
Right.
So that's a period. That's an appropriate period.
Right.
But the rain may come at an appointed time. The rain may come on a day. Right. And a lot of us are going through seasons and we're trying to plot an appointed time when it's really a season. It may not happen at the time you're looking for it.
Right.
But you still can be in the season for this to happen. And that's where we get in trouble. That's where we get in trouble. Know the difference between an appropriate period and an appointed time.
I like that, sir.
Love y'all. I got to jump.
Yes. All right, Pastor. Appreciate you. We're going to get ready to shut it down. That's, that asking for help, knowing the season, knowing the time, knowing who you're surrounded with, and being able to ask. Because a lot of times, asking for help can save you a lot of headache.
He said appropriate season versus appointed time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta write that down.
Message.
Yeah.
So as we proceed through May, we're going to be talking about mental health because this is Mental Health Month. And listen, also, if you're in the building, I need to put this in the middle of the show because I know it goes up and down, but join our community, text LWN to 84576, text LWN to 84576. That's the Legacy Walker Network. And you'll get notification about Sisters of Legacy, Purposeful Forever, and all the other shows that we are connected with. So definitely text and be a part of our community. So you know what is happening, what is going down, and all the changes that are going around. Also, just as a soft opening, I've recently started. Thank you, Mama Corey. Recently started or restarted my podcast, Success Simplified. Just a couple of tidbits and things I've been thinking about, little life lessons and stuff of that nature. So interested, I'll probably shoot that through the text as well. So you can connect to that and listen to it as podcast only, no YouTube, no video, because I do it early, early in the morning. And I don't have to worry about what I look like. So definitely check that out. You're probably already connected if you're on Facebook. So check that as well. And we look forward to seeing you tonight. First at 7 with Solomon's Temple Christian Ministries, then at 8:30 for Sisters of Legacy, hosted by my awesome, wonderful wife, Samantha Wilson Walker. All right. So we look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. Same time, same channel, same place in the building. And make sure you just stay safe. Continue to watch. And if you be mindful of the gas issue going on. If it's affecting you, make sure you get some gas. Get it today. Because we don't know what's going down or what the lag may be. And obviously probably prices are going to go up because it doesn't take much for prices of gas to go up.
Walking ain't fun.
Right. Whew. Let's do 36,000 steps a day. All right. So we look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. Same channel. Always know that we love you. God loves you more. Be safe. Stay safe. And we'll see you in the AM. Peace out. I didn't want to catch that.
Morning. Good morning. Welcome to another edition. Good morning, everybody.
This episode is brought to you by StreamYard. Whether you're trying to up your production or just go live, StreamYard is the place to be. Go to bit.ly/StreamYard BOL. This episode is also brought to you by Flocknote. Start your free text community now at bit.ly free text now. That's bit.ly free text now.